All right, good morning. I am working on painting, as I mentioned in the last video, and pretty much I set a station up on top of the countertop in our kitchen. We are using this white weatherproof exterior. We get it at Lowe's. We like it. We've used it on our front porch. It works really good. Here's the big pieces I put on the table over here. Our house is just a disaster. I mean, there's the toilet. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, February the 13th, and the last week since I made a video or so, Chuck and I have done a lot of painting and woodworking. This is going to be our countertops. It's painted black, and it's going to have an epoxy coating put over it, as is like this is going to be our lagoon table. This is going to be another pop fold down table. This is the stone coat countertop epoxy, and we have all kinds of colors, blues and silvers, and then black and white. That's what's going to make up our countertop. So I didn't order enough epoxy because I forgot we had these extra tables and all these extra pieces that are countertop that we have to do. So I ordered more epoxy. That will be coming this week, and hopefully we will get started on the countertops. This is the bed. We were going to initially use the IKEA slats, but then we decided to not use those because it was a little bit more complicated. Here's some more things that we've painted. And then here is the floor, our final flooring that's going to go in. Waterproof, can't really scratch it, snaps together. I think it's going to be pretty cool. All right, it's still Sunday. I came outside to show you some of the work we've done on the van. It rained last night, so everything is soaking wet, which is nice. It didn't quite clean off our solar panels. They still need a little bit more cleaning. But the van was filthy. Chuck did this decking. Trex decking is in. So this is our decking area that we'll be able to bring some chairs or just sit out and have a good view. Hopefully, we'll be parked someplace cool. The front was filthy with dirt, so I did kind of try to clean up yesterday. As you can see, we've got some of the white panels we've been painting in. I really like how this is turning out. Little area here. We can put all kinds of stuff in. We've got these two panels are done. There'll be a lagoon table that goes on right here that we can pull out and switch as our seats up front turn around, reversible. You can see lots more framing done, tons of wiring. The boards are up here, that's kind of cool. And the board is in here for the cabinet in the bathroom. We have the ceiling has been ordered. Chuck's got that ordered, and he's been doing a lot more wiring. Our batteries are supposed to be here tomorrow, so we are super duper excited about that, because then that means he can start hooking all this electrical stuff up over here. So that's pretty awesome. You can see it's done a lot more electrical work. How the heck this is all going to go together, I have no idea. So, but I really hope when he hooks it all up, it all works. That's kind of it for now. I forgot, Chuck's done some work here in the shower. He's still doing some plumbing work too. Forgot about that. And I didn't mention in our initial video, we have this shelf up here, which is great, that we installed with these brackets that we bought. It was a little kit, and they told you how to cut this out of wood, and then we did the headliner. And this is what we put all of our sunshades in. And that I forgot to video earlier was for the lights. It comes with these like dummy lights were here, and they kind of look like these. See how they're like rounded on the sides? And our switches were square. So what Chuck ended up doing is he did find a part, or a place you could go and buy a part, but it was $70 for two switches that would come with a round plate. So he made our own plate, kind of some of the stuff he had used on our boat, and he also used on the Power of Tower. So he made our own plate, and he wired up the front lights and the back lights on the roof. Both of those are now wired up here, so all you gotta do is hit a little button, and they work, because we tested it when we did the Power of Tower. It would not work, so we had to do a bunch of tweaking to rewire it and get it to get to where the connection was a good connection, and then they worked. It's still fairly clean up here. I mean, I've tried keeping it closed off with this plastic, so it's doing a better job, but not perfect. Alright, so today is Monday, February the 14th, Valentine's Day, and our batteries arrived today. And Chuck just unboxed one. This is 2 of the cells, half of a battery. So he puts them all together, so he's actually making the batteries. We've been waiting since November, I think he ordered the batteries. Early November. So it's been like a super long time to get here because of all the problems at the ports with getting supplies in. But they come in this cool styrofoam. The boxes are in really good shape considering they've been in transit for so long. But we have these on our electric motor for our dinghy. He made the battery for that, and it is awesome. It's like, it seems like it holds power forever. So we're hoping that these are all as good as that one was. All right, so Chuck has the batteries put together now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we tested them with this little tool here, whatever this is called. And I will show you. Oh.
Dang, are we gonna run out of these?
Maybe. But you put this here. Wait, which one goes on which side?
Right now, black is positive. It doesn't matter, it'll show you two negatives.
Okay, so the meter reads 330, and we've now tested every single one of these. And this was the meter. It said 330 earlier, but I couldn't hold the camera and do that too. But we tested all the cells. They're all 330, and they've been sitting on the way in shipment for at least 3 months that we know of, because that's when we ordered them and how long we've been waiting. So really great batteries. I mean, they work awesome on the electric motor that we have on our dinghy. I think we can do like 2 or 3 fishing trips, and it hardly even goes down a trickle, so you can charge it. So we're hoping these do really well in the van. Right, so Chuck is getting the batteries put together. We did not have enough pieces to connect them, so we had to make an Amazon order, but it'll be here tomorrow. But it barely fits. You can see how tight it is. But he's got it wedged in with some foam. But it really fits, I mean, almost perfectly. All the electronics above. Then there's a separate panel that goes in front of this that has the inverters on them. So today is Saturday, February the 18th. And today is Countertop pour day. We have prepped everything. I've watched a ton of Stone Coat Countertop videos. And we just did the pour, which was a little nerve-wracking at first, but I think it's turning out really cool. Not what we wanted exactly, but or what we had in mind, but I think it's gonna look good. We did only 25% blue because we didn't want a lot of blue, and it still looks to me like it still has a lot of blue in it, but we have not pulled the tape off the sides yet. That's the part that makes me nervous. So I hope when we do that, we're gonna have enough to run over the side, and then the sides are gonna look okay. And we have some crazy parts like this hatch door in there for our laundry that has to be able to pull out. And so that's gonna be kind of weird too. Trying to be sure we try to get some on the sides, but it still fits. We have a lot of these with holes in them because these are the pieces that go around the actuators for the bed. And at first we thought we might do them in something different, but then we decided, no, let's just do it all and keep it all the same. But this is the table that's gonna fold down in our kitchen that will fold down to the outside. This is the lagoon table. And those, we did the big piece first and we did these second. And I kind of like these that we did second because I did not sponge as much. He said to sponge and go random, but too much sponging I feel like just doesn't look as good. So we sponged a little bit less on these last small pieces than we did. We had to do 2 pours because the most you can do is 2 quarts at one time, especially for a newbie. I mean, a professional probably could do more, but it was a lot. So hopefully it looks good. We'll see when we take the tape off and get it in the van. But this is only coat 1. We have to do a clear coat tomorrow after 24 hours. So that will be more fun tomorrow. The clear coat makes it food safe and just gives it a little bit more depth because the stuff is pretty thin. All right, so all for today, right now. All right, so we just pulled all the tape off to cover the sides that had to be covered, and Chuck torched them. And got to be careful because the tape likes to catch on fire when you're torching. Forgot to mention that earlier. But we torched them, and I think it's looking like really beautiful. I mean, look at all the colors. I mean, hopefully it turns out good when it's dry. Tomorrow we do a clear coat, which is the second coat. This table is not on both sides. It's white on the other side, and this one is black on the other side. But it felt like the epoxy was running underneath, so we may have to do some sanding and repainting on the other side. But overall, I feel like we survived. It was nerve-wracking only because we didn't know what we were doing, I think. We were both just panicked a little bit, but it really wasn't bad when you look back on it. If we had done a sample board before, I think it would have been a lot easier. We wouldn't have been as nervous. But we didn't do a sample board because then you'd have to have extra gloves and extra buckets and lots of extra stuff, sponges, and we barely have enough gel as it is. So we didn't do a test board. We just winged it. But I don't think there is a wrong answer. It just is what it is. And but it's cool. I think it's going to be neat when it gets into the van. So today is Sunday, February the 20th, and we did the clear coat over the granite. And it's so weird, when we got up this morning, it just looked even prettier than it did yesterday. It lightened up and sparkled a lot. And I think the clear coat really makes it more shiny and sparkly. Today's Sunday, February the 20th, and I just showed the countertops on the clear pour. Chuck's been really busy getting all this white together that goes down on the walls. So it feels like we're making a lot of progress. We have a lot of fill-in to do because we don't have good tools for doing woodworking. What else is done? We have the ceiling in. The ceiling is in the shower. I'm gonna paint that tomorrow. Chuck just hung it today. It looks real cool over there where we have the cabinet. And then we're gonna go buy some tile and we're ready to start tiling. This is the light for the bathroom. Switch. What else is in here? We're still held up, kind of a frustrating week, still held up with the BMS that does not turn on. It's supposed to be smart, but it's not very smart. It's pretty dumb. It's the same one we have on the boat, except that's a dumb one and that one works. That's what we ordered, but they were out of stock, so we upgraded to the smart one thinking it would be better. And it really has not been better. And Chuck has this over here. I don't know if I showed it. The shower, outdoor shower is in. These panels are in back here, but the outdoor shower is not hooked up yet. So plumbing is one of the things for that he's got to do. But I think he just finished most all of the panels, but like the cabinetry panels are not done because we need to do the floor before we put the cabinetry panels in. We have this piece up here that we put in that he can use to help nail to the ceiling. My tape's coming down. It's not good. What else? What else? I think that's it. A lot of days this week on electrical work. It was really sucky because we can't get our Victron to work either because we need a file, and the guy still hasn't sent us the file. So that's kind of on hold. And Chuck did test the fan in the bathroom before he put the ceiling on, and it does work, so thank goodness for that. but before we close off a lot of the ceiling and everything, we really wanted to have the batteries to be sure everything works. Today's Wednesday, February the 23rd, I believe. And Chuck is test fitting the countertops that we made this weekend. You can see how pretty and sparkly it is when you look into the sun. They actually turned out really, really pretty. He just test fit the sink, and the sink fits. And he's trying to get this power of tower done and realized that it doesn't really fit, so we've got to do some trimming there, and he may have to redo a panel. Fits pretty good here. All the way into the back. This is the hamper chute, so we have a piece that goes in there. And he did the plumbing, is now in for the outdoor shower. We have the ceiling is now painted, and the fan and the light are in. And the other thing we had happen is the alternator. He was testing the alternator and it does not work. It overheated. So we had to take it out today, or he did, I didn't. And he shipped it back to the manufacturer, so they're going to take a look at it and fix it or send us a new one. But the countertop just turned out awesome. I love it. Had some drips on the back, so we had to sand the back, and that was a little bit of extra work, but I don't really know how we could have done any better. It just drips. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it, I don't think. But it looks beautiful. We've got our tile picked out for the bathroom, and now it's ready for tile, and we have our tile picked out for here. It's called Icicle, I think. Icicle white, and kind of gray and sparkly, so it'll bring the sparkles out of the countertop. That's it for today. On Friday, Chuck did a little bit of work in the shower to get ready for the tile, putting these reinforcement in for the corners and kind of trying to cover up some of the holes. He's got this all done, so we are ready to tile once we get a little bit more tools, like a blade. Our glass blade cutter was not very good, so we had to order a new blade. But we've got the floor taped off so we don't get too messy. So today is Saturday, February the 26th, and Chuck and I just finished putting the tower of power in here and testing all kinds of things because some stuff was not working, and he had to make a few tweaks, but looks like everything is now working, which is totally awesome. So this is the speed for the bed actuators. These are the 4 actuators if you want them to go up or down. That speed is how fast they go because they move differently. And then this is the speed for those. This is, I'm not sure what that is. This is for the inverter. This is an outlet. This is a USB, which also works. Our Wii Boost is up here. We've got to go through the roof to connect it, but it's on the roof, and that's the controller. We've got our 12 volt here, and we've got the screen which tells you all the data on the Victron, and this is on the batteries. It shows you how much energy you're using and how the batteries are doing. We've been testing to see how much some stuff pulls. And then this is the 120 volt. And then over here we have some light switches. Chuck did a lot of tiling today in our bathroom. You can see it's really coming together. He almost got done. He's just down to the top row, but he worked all day on this, really hard. So well, I guess there's a bottom row down there too that still has to be done. So top and bottom row. Other than that, he's got a lot of the tile put up, so I'm pretty excited. I don't know, it probably looks white, but it's actually a gray. When we use the white grout, I think it's really gonna pop. And we did a blue stripe because we thought the blue stripe would be good to help accent kind of the blue that we have everywhere else. And we just love the blue glass tile that was there. He has done a little bit more plumbing. I don't know if I showed this before, but this we ran under the floor when we first started, and he's now got that to where he's ready to move it over to where our sink's gonna go, way over like right here. And the power of tower is back together again. We had to do a little bit of touch up on that, and with the paint, I've got that done. Chuck's got more plumbing done over here. He's got more of these valves and things in. I have no idea. But one of these goes over to our outdoor shower box, which is down here. And we had some problem. This water tank feeds into 2 more water tanks that are underneath the van. And we were having, this was going down and it was bubbling and we're getting air. So Chuck kind of redid a lot of this and got this all where now we have this big loop. As you can see here, this big loop, which kind of tries to help get some air in there and keep it so that it will all funnel down better. And I think he said it was working better. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. I think in one of the videos I mentioned that we had done a secret box over here that we were gonna do and just have some extra storage room, and we ruled that out because it just was turning out not to be a whole lot of room. We put our little LED light strip up here. It goes under the cabinet. We're gonna have some more. That's an LED that goes under the bed. And one more thing I need to show you up front. And I think that is a lot of what we did. It was just a lot of wiring for the past week. And then all day today Chuck tiled. He did an awesome job.